thank goodness you're here. Carol's here to help me because I'm technically challenged with my iPhone and sharing, but there's no way I could have done this on my own. And this is what we were trying to do last time. So thanks for spending Memorial Weekend with us. And I know everybody is super excited that is getting their Healys, and there's lots of questions. So we want to answer your questions today. I am running Carol right now on a pain program because she has had some acute pain issues. We're going to talk about practitioner protocols today. We're going to talk about the back office today and navigating it because there's been a lot of questions there. I'm going to show you some of the screens on the Healy Resonance and how to navigate back and forth in case you haven't figured this out already. And we're going to start though with a testimonial from Maria, and I'm going to pull up the actual text that the woman sent to Maria today, but Maria is going to introduce the story and let us know what she did and then what happened here.
Hi, everybody. So I worked on a gal last night. She actually wanted to touch and hold a Healy. And I'm sorry, I had some noise here. I had to mute really quick. So I took the Healy over so she could actually hold it, see what it did, and we ended up running a session on her. She's typically a very lighthearted individual that can see the silver lining in everything, even when there's some devastating stuff. But she's had some stuff going on, and about, she said for the last couple of months, she's really been in a down place trying to pull herself out and not being successful, which is very unlike her. So she was feeling very weepy, angry, bitter, was having some left scapula shoulder pain. So obviously I had some stuff to work with right away. And so what we ended up doing was we just started her out with pain. We did use the adhesive electrodes. We put those, I told her to point out 2 different pain spots, and I kind of put them on there, and they were, it's nice that they were in that 6 to 8 inch range on her left shoulder. And so we started running the pain, and she couldn't feel anything. That pain is 0.5 hertz. And so a lot of times people can't feel it. So we just bumped it up to 100% on the phone and let it run. And then we did that pretty much for the full time. I think we might've stopped about 10 minutes short of that 50-minute cycle. And then we moved over to the joint. We did some joint issues there too, ran that for a little bit. We do muscle testing, so we were sort of muscle testing as we went to see when things were complete. If you don't do muscle testing or dowsing or anything like that, obviously you can just go off of sensation or feeling, kind of went at that gut feeling like, yeah, I feel like this is done. Then we decided to, because of her mood, we put the one electrode over on the other side of the spine. So now we're in the upper trapezius and then on each side of the spine, still about that 6 to 8 inches apart. And we went into the mood, mental state, and she picked muscle test, which one she wanted. It was the, I think it's contentment acute. And we went ahead and run that. Again, she couldn't feel it. I can't remember what hertz that runs at, but we put it up to 100. She did start noticing though that the emotion part, when I asked her to recall the intensity, she couldn't recall the same intensity. It was more like it was just muted. She said it's not blaring at me like in a blowhorn anymore. It's just kind of there, having a harder time recalling the intensity, which was really nice. And then she said there's still some anger. So we switched to liver meridian, and she went ahead and held the Healy. The Healy itself, the little box, is emitting frequency, even if it's not plugged into electrodes. So she held that right at her gut. She said that for the last couple of months, everything she eats produces extreme flatulence, like immediately. So she's just been trying to figure out her gut, applying everything that she can. So we went ahead and put the Healy unit at her gut. We've now switched to the wrist electrodes for that liver meridian. So now she's running that, feeling a little bit better, but then starts to get really, really fatigued, which is always a good sign that your body's kind of shutting down a little bit so it can reconnect and redirect. So she moved over to recliner and almost fell asleep a couple of times, then started kind of waking up, and she still had some scapula pain. So we did some muscle testing, and she needed toxins. So that's in the meridians. No, is that in the biochemical? I think it's the meridians. And she ran toxins, and that might be in the bioenergetics one. I think you have it in your notes, Gwen. We'll have to look.
I do.
And so we did that for only about 10 or 15 minutes. And she said that within that very short period of time, that muscle that really was giving her the fits, that released for her. She could turn her head completely to the both sides. Her range of motion and her neck had changed. And then she had to go out and feed the horses. So this was at about 8 o'clock or 8:30 last night. So we went ahead and ran about 15 minutes of the energy, beginning energy, and that is in the gold program. So that was what we did. And then this was her email or text message this morning that I received. So in the first part there where she says, I don't believe we did much, that was in response to, I hope we didn't detoxify you too much because of running all of those things. And so here she's saying, I don't believe we did too much, but I feel that I slept deeper, which is huge for her. Usually she wakes up with the sun. Her circadian rhythm is very in sync with the sun. So usually even if she gets an hour sleep, she's up with the sun. And here she said she was able to go back to sleep, which again is huge for her. So this is just the beginning stages of this lady going, okay, I'm feeling something remarkably different from any of the other electroceutical devices that I've used for something similar.
I'm going to just scroll up so they can see the whole message.
Yeah, she said that even she's not been gassy. So that's just, that's big for her. It's definitely confirmation. And I just said, this is what we're hearing, from the majority of people, that things start to shift really quickly.
And she said that she usually has circle bags under her eyes. She didn't have those this morning. Mm-hmm. That's huge. And then, and how many minutes or hour total, how long were you with her?
We probably had about 2 hours, hour and 50 minutes maybe total on the Healy, just running varying degrees of all of those programs. We didn't follow through with every program to its entirety because we were muscle testing.
Okay, and I have Carol here strapped into my Healy. She came over to help me with the whatever this is, sharing of my screen, and I'm going to show you guys some things in a minute, because then we're going to get into the practitioner protocols that Maria and I have put together so far for you. And we hope to build that list not only with what Maria and I are doing and our knowledge, but with you guys too. So if you guys see it still does it anyway. It's a Healy notification every time.
No, that was a text. That was a WhatsApp.
Oh, sorry. Okay. If what I was going to say is that, if you guys do something that's successful, please share. And also, I want you to know that a lot of the programs are quite long. Like the ones I've been running are 50, 52 minutes, 60 minutes. And if you don't have 3 hours, you don't have to let it finish a cycle. You can do like a simple lean, are you done? Yes or no. Or you can do dowsing or muscle testing or whatever, or you can just stop and go to the next thing. If there's 3 programs you want to run and you only have an hour, then do 20 minutes on each one, because what happens is it's cycling hertz or cycling things for that specific condition. And anyway, you've seen the hertz change if you already have your device. I wanted to show a few screens because as you get familiar with your device, I have the resonance. So if you don't have the resonance, then you're not going to have all the programs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause this. So to pause it, I just clicked on the middle of the face with the lightning bolt down. I guess that's supposed to mean pain. And then a little X comes up. So if I click on the X, it says, you want to close this program? Yes. And then it takes me back to the main pain local simulation. And then there's arrows at the bottom that I can go back. The first program is the gold cycle. And, this is where energy is. This is where pure is, which is that morning detox. And the way I'm explaining that is it's like your hot lemon water first thing in the morning. Your balance, if you feel frazzled, there's in your back office that program list of each program and its description, which is just like 1 or 2 sentences long. Maria and I showed that on our last call. And if you haven't printed that document, I recommend that you print it and have it handy, because if you don't know, relax is self-explanatory, I think, or care. I guess care can mean a lot of things, but if you don't know what they mean, make sure you have that document handy. Because if you call me, I'm not going to know either unless it's something I've already run or looked up for myself. I've only run maybe 5 programs, but I've done them every day, and I'm on a week of no supplements to go to sleep. So everybody that knows me and my little bag of nighttime supplements knows that it's like quite a thing. It's like when I used to wear contacts and you had to carry all that crap around with you. Well, I'm in a full week now without taking anything to sleep, and I have been sleeping awesome. I mean, I feel like really, really good. So I'll show you that in a second, what I've been doing, but it's also in a document that we put together. So if I go forward, then we have the pain and local stimulation. And these are also described in the document: pain locally, and then you have your 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which are listed on the pain document. But on these, if you click one like local pain, it just gives you an example of where to put the electrodes. But I've also used, like Carol has the wrist straps on right now. Maria, I have a question for you. I know it has to do, we're going to talk about this anyway, about hydration and about electrolyte deficiency. And I did order the spray. I've never used that NAPCA gel before, but I ordered it. But what I was wondering, because it hasn't come in, and by the way, guys, I ordered it from iHerb, and if you order over $20, it's free shipping. So I ordered 3 bottles of it. But is that gel then making it, it seems like that would make those little sticky things not sticky, but when you were doing the local on this lady and on your dad, are the electrodes sticking fine, or using the gel, or does it make it not sticky, or what's going on?
They are. That NAPCA is a water soluble spray, and those little, I don't know what is in those little stickies, but they just stick through it. So, and then after done, just reapply them to the plastic, and I just left them with her and said, these are for your, these are yours now, and these will be for your next treatment, whatever we have to do. But yeah, they stay sticky, and most people say they're good for anywhere from 6 to 10 applications, depending upon your skin and all that. So yeah, it's, when we didn't get connection, I would just lift up a little bit of the electrode, and I would just spray a little bit more to receive more conductivity, and she was fine. And then the sticky is fine as well.
Okay, so I definitely order, it's NAPCA gel. We'll pull it up maybe in a minute. And iHerb had it for like $8 or $7 a bottle. And if you buy 3, it was free shipping. So we'll show that when we get done with showing my, oh, leave it on here though.
Because it's there.
Oh, okay. So, and we've used water, but water does seem to make the electrodes, they're still sticking to Carol's back, but I was just wondering. And then also you can use the wrist straps. Okay, so then the next page is learning, and learning has 9 programs. Now, what I want to tell you guys, because someone asked me this question, within these 9 programs, like if we click on, like say memory and start, once this is downloaded, and I know that it might give you a message, but Maria confirmed this morning that once the program is downloaded to being transmitted, you can walk away from your phone because it is coming out of your box, even though it does give you a message like it's not connected. It isn't connected as far as Bluetooth goes, but it's still delivering the frequencies. Is that right, Maria?
That is exactly right. And the only thing that you won't know, and right now we all have a little bit lower cellular voltage and we're all a little bit dehydrated. The only thing you won't know is if you're getting that conductivity really well, if you have the electrodes on or the wristbands. So what you can do is make sure before you walk away from your phone or before you close the app, make sure that you're feeling, you have it intensified enough that you're feeling the frequencies at your wrists or wherever the electrodes are prior to turning your phone off, because that way you'll know if you're still receiving. There are some hertz that you won't feel, but if you're on occasion, you're still feeling the little zaps and the kind of that tens unit feeling, then you at least know that you're still connected, you're still conducting.
Okay, and so I'm glad you clarified that. And so just on this program, you guys can see this one defaulted to 79 minutes, which is quite long. And you see right now it's at 289 hertz, and it's going to do this for the amount of time that has been shown beneficial for this particular hertz, and then it switches. You saw it switch then to 328.9 hertz. So it's not staying at the same hertz. So when they say there's 144,000 frequencies, that's what they're talking about. Is now it's 499.1 hertz, and it's going to keep flipping as long as, you know, we're on here. And then at the bottom, you see the negative and the positive. The negative, it defaults to 15%, but I'm not a person that needs to feel electrocution. I don't particularly like it because I'm a very kinesthetic person. But if you're one of those people that says, I need to feel something, I need to know it's working, then bump it up, you know, go all the way up. Because some people
Okay,
are like,
meanwhile, my hands are going
okay,
like,
she's like, going, stop. You felt it at 35?
I felt it at 15.
Oh, she felt it at 15, sorry.
No, I wasn't like weird. No, I definitely feel it. I definitely feel it more. My hands just feel tingly as you were going up.
Okay, yeah, they will feel tingly. But some people are telling me that
But it's not uncomfortable.
Okay, but some people are like at 100%, like Michael. But Michael's also an intense person who does, not bad way, but, you know, doing tens units at maximum. So his body is already very used to electrical current. So, and then also, I know this from using the scalar in the past, is that if you have an area that's blocked off, you know, like your body has walled it off because of chronic pain or scar tissue, you may not feel anything. And I remember a long time ago doing the scanner device on my forehead where I didn't have any feeling after a bad car wreck. And that thing was at its maximum setting. And Irina was like, oh my God, why cannot you feel that? It feels like a finger in a light socket. I did not feel it for like 40 minutes. And then all of a sudden that woke up and I could feel it and it felt terrible. Like it felt like, I mean, people could see my skin moving. It was so high of a setting. It was grabbing my skin, but I could not feel the actual electrical current. So also remember that if you have chronic pain and your body has walled off that part of your body, or it's numb, or there's scar tissue there, then it doesn't mean this isn't working. It just means that you need to keep doing some work, because the chronic issues, if you've watched any of the videos, say they take longer, especially with particular pain issues. So you can put that setting up. If you need to feel something, I've left it at 15% for myself. And then again, if you've, you know, done this for 8 minutes or whatever, and you want to move on because you want to get like 3 or 4 programs in and you only have a limited amount of time, then you just click on the thing that's pulsing and then click X, and it says, do you really want to close the program? Yes. Okay, so then I can go to the next page, which is fitness. This has some really good stuff like deep relaxation, stamina, circulation, weight, performance. I mean, any of these are great, but they're not just for fitness. So just don't think that this is fitness stuff. Okay, and then job and sleep. I mean, this is the one I've been going to, and I've been using the balance sleep. But one night, the first night I did balance sleep and sleep system. I haven't done bed rest yet because I just have used other ones and they've been working. So this one to me seems like it's like energy in sleep. And then mental balance. I think a lot of people could use this right now, like well-being, inner unity, contentment. I know Maria has used the contentment one. I have not, because I've had so many other things that I've wanted to focus on. Okay, and then beauty and skin is, you know, aging, nails, skin elasticity. I mean, anyone over 50 is going to love this panel. Maria, you can jump in if you want to say something about any of these. I know you've been using them too. The bioenergetic, oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to say, as far as all of the different, one of the big, I think in one of the things that I sent you, I had put together the balance, because the pain stimulation has all of the Roman numerals on it. And so, yeah, if you want to go back to that one, I went ahead and gave you a sheet, which you'll be pulling up with in the protocol list, of which each one of those stand for. And as we're going through all this, it's really cute. These are all little caricatures. So like you see number 6, that's a little dude laying down and he can't sleep. So that's for insomnia. So all of these pictures are they're little caricatures actually, or pictures of the cell itself. So sometimes you can just look at the picture and go, okay, what am I in, and what is this trying to tell me? Like weight has a feather in it, light as a feather, right? So it's you have to kind of look at the picture, and they're trying to give us clues, because I think in a lot of these for FDA, they have to make sure that they're not saying something disease state, but like in weight there, you know, it was like light as a feather. So
I like this one. I like the one on the lower right, the menstruation and local. It's a girl, pigtails, and then ovaries.
Isn't that awesome? Yeah, and then the circulatory system above that, that's the cell being able to express and you know, so but like, I mean, intestine hormones, those are both the same, but they're all basic characters. So if it doesn't have the words down below, you can kind of look at the picture and sort of get an idea. The pain and local stimulation one, having Roman numerals, that is a little bit harder. So that document you guys will get today.
Yeah, and on this one, I wanted to point out that in bioenergetic balance too, there's another place for sciatica, which is pain, but they put it under bioenergy. And then, yeah, thyroid and joints and bones. So there's sometimes more than one way to skin a cat. So just don't think that pain is on the pain program, because this is triggering the bioenergetic balance. And then there's a meridian one that is stimulating the meridian systems, and it has things that might be your best choice too. And until you have time to look through all this and read that program sheet, you really need to read the program sheet to try to highlight the programs that might be your best ones to start with. Like, there's several places to do allergies, for instance. One of them is right here on Allergy Meridian, and then there's another screen that had allergies. And I don't have all of them oh, there it is, under Bioenergetic Balance 1 in the upper right-hand corner. So there's 2 allergy panels that are specifically
there's also another thing I saw. It was food sensitivities on the next one.
Yeah. Yeah, food sensitivity. So just, you're going to have to, just like anything else, become familiar, and you're going to have your little thing that you're going to put together for yourself. And we're going to try to help you with some combinations. Here's meridians 2, which is based on traditional Chinese medicine. And just remember, there was a lot of research put into the hertz that is in each program. So if it's liver meridian, then the hertz that are being triggered are going to be for that specifically. So if you do it 20 minutes and don't do it 50 minutes, you're still going to get a dose of frequencies for that specific condition. And then here's the chakras. So if either you've been told, or if you're using the analyze function and it says like for me, it said the crown and throat was closed. And I have been doing a ton of talking, so I figured throat chakra, plus throat chakra is your thyroid. But if you know anything about chakras, you can just pick one, or you can dowse. And if you don't know anything about it, there's some information, lots of information online about chakras. And then this is the one that everybody really seems to be interested in when they're talking about, when they're talking about protection. You know, there's general protection, cell protection, geopath protection, protection while you're sleeping, planetary. So again, you can just read the description and see which one you really want to use. Maria, have you used any of the protection ones yet?
I just got my resonance and I haven't even used it yet. Literally, I got it charged last night. So I haven't used any of these new ones. I've only used the holistic health ones, and those particular ones aren't on my programs for that one. Okay.
And then deep cycle to me is like, the way I would interpret this from reading the programs is that it's like, you know, a step beyond pure, or a step beyond the gold cycle, because there's like first application, deep cycle, second application, third application. I plan to start working on those now that my sleep seems to be better. And I'm not going to do sleep programs forever. I've done them for a week, and now I'm going to see if I can just sleep without doing them at night. But because every night I've been consistent in doing them, because I want to move on to other things that are cool that I want to do. So you have here pure calm, but you have these deeper applications. And then bioenergetic boost, I haven't done that one yet. And I would say also use your common sense. Like, I wouldn't do energy or bioenergetic boost right before I want to go to bed. Like, and you don't want to do like sleep in the morning when you need energy. So just use common sense. Like with the timing, there's not like any instructions as far as that goes, but you wouldn't boost something before bed, and you wouldn't necessarily calm something in the morning unless you are having an anxiety issue or something like that. Before we get out of my phone, I wanted to tell you guys, because this is also a question that comes up, and we said it on the other call, I'm going to say it again, but this is one of the biggest questions, because it seems like it's very quirky, but I want to compare it to switching from talking on your phone to getting in your car. And when you're turning on your Healy and getting on the app, and Maria might do this differently, but I'm gonna tell you how I've done it, and every single time it works. So if I want to go in and do a session, the very first thing I do is I go to my Wi-Fi and make sure my Wi-Fi and Bluetooth are turned on, because I said the other day that I do turn them off frequently because I don't have Bluetooth on when I'm not using it. So you want to make sure those are turned on. The second thing you want to do is go to your app and click on the app. And now it's going to come on automatically because the Healy's right here. Well, I think it will. I'm going to go back out. See, I usually don't have it on at the same time. So I turned it off. I'm going to go back in. And while it's turning slow, if you click the on button, as soon as that Bluetooth connects, it's going to speed up and they're going to connect. But this just is like every other kind of situation with, you know, like when you get in your car, there's that like little bit of lag time of when your Bluetooth connects your phone to your car. And then when you get out of your car, there's that little delay where you're telling everybody, hey, hold on a minute, I just got out of my car. This is the exact same way. So every single time, make sure Bluetooth and Wi-Fi are on, click on the Healy app, hit the on button, and as soon as that thing connects with Bluetooth, not the on-off switch, but as soon as the Bluetooth connects, that thing starts spinning fast and then you're into your programs. And then the rest of it's basically what we just showed you. Maria, I know that you told me on the phone you're doing something slightly differently, and I don't want to confuse people, but if you're doing it differently, will you share that so people, if they do this right sequence, they just won't have the problem with the on-off button?
So the video that I watched where he goes through it, he does say to turn the Healy on first and then open up the app. So I think, you know, since you're having success doing it the other way, obviously it can be used both ways. If you're not having success one way, try it the other way. That's the only thing I can recommend.
But what I'll just add to that is, and we'll show this too, because it's a good point. I just want to say that if you do it the sequence that Maria just said, what the problem is, people are expecting when they hit that on-off switch, they're automatically on. And that's not what's happening. You're turning on with the connection with Bluetooth. So if you hit your Healy device first, and I know what the problem is, because 3 people now have said they're worried theirs isn't functioning, because if they don't see that green light flashing, they think something's wrong. But as soon as it connects with the Healy device, the Healy device connects with your phone, your little blue Bluetooth thing is flashing. And right now my green light is flashing because I'm treating Carol. Okay, so it's just that when people hit the on button and they're not seeing that green light come on right away, they think it's dysfunctional, and it's not dysfunctional. Everything works fine once the two are talking to each other. Have you noticed that, Maria, or not really? Are you muted, Maria?
I'm sorry, we have cloud cover here today and I'm going in and out. So I just came back in. Tell me the question. Yeah, sorry.
When you're turning on your device or Steve's device, when you're doing it the other way and turning on the Healy first, I said the green light doesn't come on until it makes connection with your app, your phone. And then it all
syncs. See, and when I've got my Healy right here. So if I just press the center, and now that center button is kind of glitchy sometimes, so you got to be a little bit more forceful. My green dot is blinking and I'm not connected yet. So
but I'm wondering. It won't keep blinking from my experience. If you don't connect soon, it'll just stop blinking.
Oh, if you don't connect soon. Yeah, I've not had it where I'm, taking a long time to open up the app. So I've just done them really just back to back. I turn on my Healy and then I get into the app.
Okay. All right. Now I want to show you guys something, because this was the other question. I'm going to purposefully unconnect Carol with one strap. So I just disconnected the electrode, and you see how the line went black. Okay. That means you don't have a proper connection. If I connect her back in, and I put Miracle 2 lotion on her skin, and she seems to be fine. The wrist straps also have to be very snug. They can't be loose. So that electrode really has to be touching your skin. And she's been moving around. She's on the computer. She's not sitting here still. But even if the strap comes accidentally unplugged, if you see a black line, then it means that there's some connection issue and you need to either hydrate. We use Miracle 2 moisturizer. When I'm doing it at night by myself, I've been using water, because I didn't think about the Miracle 2 until Carol got here. So there's lots of things, that you can try, just something that, keeps your skin moist and makes that connection. I think what I don't want to do is go to questions yet. I was going to say, does anyone have a question about the app? This is the app. It's pretty simple once you get in. It's more about your choice. I think what we should do now, because it makes sense to me, is let's go to the Word document on the practitioner protocols we put together. Is that okay, Maria?
Yes, that's good.
Okay, Ryan was just saying that less is more.
Yeah, Ron is saying less is more, and we're going to cover that on the document, because I was on a call Friday and they were actually saying less is more. The Word document, the practitioner protocols. Well, I'm going to share this document with you after the call. I wanted to explain it, but this is basically a combination of what Maria and I have put together for different things.
Hang on.
Okay. She's sharing her screen. We have to go from one thing into another, but I can still talk about it until you pull it up. So this is basically a document I'll send out, but I put a heading, and these are some of the major categories that we've either done already or that just make sense. So on the daily morning protocol, you know, yours could be different. You might do pure and something else. I said pure and being, and then I put AM. If there's not a time frame, then it doesn't matter, AM or PM, because you can do it anytime. And then we have the headache migraine protocol that Maria did. Do you want to talk about these next three, Maria? Because these are yours: the headaches, the anger, depression, sore muscles, and the pain.
Yeah, the headache one is the gal who's had 20 years of headaches. And so the Beamer, I've been using that on her. She'll get about anywhere from 24 to 36 hours of relief from that pain, pressure in the front and in the occiput. But it doesn't take effect until about 4 hours after she's left my office from the Beamer. It slowly just gets less and less, and then she's got 24 to 36 hours of relief from that. We did the Healy, and in about an hour and 10 minutes, she walked out of my office without the headache. She could feel it working. And so this is what we did. We did the pain in the local stimulation. We did the pain. And then we also did the migraine. So that's the number 5 on that pain and local stimulation page. We did the migraine. And then again, I did the circulation. And that one, she really started feeling. These were all done with the electrodes on either side of the spine in that upper trapezius area. So that's where we did all of that. So I will find out tomorrow or the next day how she's done with that. But she left the office without pain. We just got done talking about the anger, depression, sore muscles. That was the gal that I did last night. And we just saw on your text her response to that. We talked about my dad's shoulder the other day, that I kind of did the same protocol where I did the pain, and then we did the joints, and then we also did the circulation. And he, after that treatment, was able to lift his elbow above the level of his shoulder. That was on Wednesday midday. I just talked to my mom yesterday morning, and he was still no problem with his shoulder as of yet. So that's lasting. You know, that's a lasting effect right there. I think what we did was we ended up turning on some muscles, and he's going to maybe not have that atrophy, going to be able to reverse that. So.
Okay, perfect. And then I put together sciatica, because this just makes sense. And I put the minutes, but you don't need to do the full minutes. But under bioenergetic balance 2, which is the name of the screen, a sciatica is 20 minutes, and then bioenergetic balance 2. We'll get into frequency of stuff in a second. And then sleep, I put what I've been doing because it's worked. So balance sleep, and then bioenergetic balance 1, hormones, and then optional, if I've had enough time, I've done the sleep system, but I only really did that like 1 or 2 nights. I only really needed the other 2, and that's been working for me. And I have been doing them for the full minutes, because it's kind of like 8, 9 o'clock at night. I'm done with everything and I have it on, but I'm still like cooking or, you know, doing things around here. I'm not just like sitting, like laying in bed yet. And then weight loss, the bioenergetic balance 1 screen for hormones, and then the fitness screen for weight. And then for allergies, I put down a few allergies under bioenergetic balance 1, and then meridian screen for allergy meridian. And then I put bioenergetic balance 1 screen again under immune. So if someone's suffering from allergies, and if your allergy, I would do allergies probably twice a day at first, and do it as long as you need, because you know what everybody says about Healy is you have to get to a point that the body has responded, and then either you don't need it anymore or you don't need it as much. And then hormone balancing, there's one for bioenergetic balance 1 on both screens of menopause and hormones. Now, if you're a female that's still cycling, you wouldn't use menopause. You would use the menstrual regulation or something else, but it would still be, you know, something you could switch out. And then on the Healy Call Friday, you know, they were reminding people, and this is true of any device or even taking supplements for acute or chronic issues. On acute issues, you want to do less time, but more frequently. Is there another thing?
It has to go to the next page.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you can you delete the spaces?
Not at the moment.
Okay, it doesn't matter. So I'll fix this because it used to be on one page. I don't know what happened. But acute issues is more frequently, less time. So just a few minutes on a specific thing, but maybe 5 times a day. On a chronic issue, more duration in minutes, but less frequently. So only once or twice a day. So if you have a chronic ailment, like you've had, you know, kidney disease or liver disease or something, you know, you've been diabetic for a long period of time or something like that, you're going to need to do less frequently, but longer period of time. And so that's going to really help you, I think. And then Maria added these slides. So I'm going to let her talk about this because she put this together and I haven't even seen it before just now. So Maria, do you want to talk about this?
That is what I was talking about with the little caricatures on that pain local stimulation page, where you have pain and pain locally, but then everything else is Roman numerals. So I just put together a chart to show what it's for, what it does. And then the bottom part is literally a snippet that I just took from our program page that shows what those things are for. So I just put this together so people could kind of see, especially in that one, because everything else is somewhat explanatory, but this page in particular, I don't know why, everything's Roman numerals. I think it's FDA, so.
Okay. And then scroll down a little bit more, see if there's anything else. Oh, okay, that's it. Okay, so we'll send this to you. And as you guys share your experiences, I will, let's go to Maria's PowerPoint. I'll be adding to this document and then resending it like once a week or every other week, depending on how much activity there is. So, because we have some awesome practitioners in our group, like some really incredible people that have worked in every kind of field of natural medicine. We have a few doctors in the group. We have a few just very cool people that do healing work in all kinds of different ways. So I'm excited to hear the feedback. But even if you're not a practitioner, you might have had a longstanding issue that you pick 2 or 3 programs and it just works. I want to know that too, because someone else may not have your issue. I've had a lot of text in the last 2 weeks about, well, does it do this? Does it do that? Does it do this? Like myasthenia gravis, Lyme disease. I mean, I don't know because I just literally got mine. And I could probably go find a video on YouTube somewhere, but you know, it's hard to say until we actually are using it. But I would just be sure that, you know, if you guys are asking the question, and I know some of you that are asking those questions have one on its way, and we won't know until we actually use it. So please share. Okay, Maria put together this PowerPoint to better explain the compensation plan because there's still questions about that and the binary. And then after this, we're going to show the back office, and then we're going to take your questions.
Okay, so again, my internet's a little glitchy, so if you stop hearing me, Gwen, take over.
Okay.
So I don't know how much in depth we want to get into the compensation plan. There is a compensation plan call tonight. I think it's at 5 or 6 o'clock, you guys' time. So that I've passed along that to your text message. If you want to just share that with people, they're going to get more in depth. But basically, this is just a binary system, which is awesome because you're getting the help of everybody, you know, above you and below you, and everybody's sort of a win-win. So when you come in, you are at the top of your 2 legs. You have a team leg, which in this particular slide, if you come in under Gwen would be your sponsor. She's got a really cute mustache. And then you're down below on, you know, on the right or the left, depending on where she puts you. From that point on, you have a team leg, which is the leg that Gwen is on with you. She's going to be helping, and the people above you are going to be helping putting you below, but they're responsible for that personal leg. And that's really what we're telling people, is to put 2 people on your team leg that you don't have to handhold a whole lot. Obviously, there's a learning curve. I think I just lost my connection.
No, we can hear you.
Okay, there's a learning curve. And, but you want to put people on that team leg that are going to be, you know, just they understand things, they see the vision, you can kind of let them go, and then everybody else put on your inner leg. Now, Gwen's different because she has 2 different groups, significantly different groups of people, and she just started putting her teams together that way. But for the average person coming in, you really want to put a couple of really good people on that team leg that you don't have to work a whole lot with. They really get the vision. Maybe they've done multi-level before. They see they know the electroceuticals, they kind of get it. And then anybody else, you're going to start building that inner leg. And that way you're supporting the team, and everybody's supporting the team, but also you're building that inner leg. And you want to try to keep, you know, the points that you'll find in your back office, you want to try to keep them as close as possible to one another. But you're always going to have one leg that's a little bit stronger, and that will change over time. Who's your, you know, which one is your strong leg today may be your, you know, shorter leg 3 months from now. It's just depends on what happens. So if you want to go to that next screen. I don't know, Gwen, can you go to the next slide? Oh,
Yeah,
there we go. So this is just an explanation of that again. Yeah, it's just, and this is more representative of Gwen's. If Gwen is at the top there as your sponsor, she is on my left leg, so I'm above her on the left. So that left going down is the team leg. So it will be helpful for you to know where you are at in her organization. Just so you know, but actually you can be anywhere in Gwen's organization and it's all good right now, but it would be helpful for you to know for the future where you sit. And then you can go to the next one. I don't know, do we want to get into the compensation right now? Do you want me to briefly go over it?
I do want you to briefly go over this one because people are asking this question, but also will you also just right here say what qualifies you to get the direct commissions, and that everyone under you that you sign up personally is direct, and also what qualifies you to get the dual leg binary bonus?
Dual leg. Okay, so what qualifies you to get their direct bonus?
It just cut out.
Do you know that answer?
No. I don't want to say it incorrectly because we can go.
There we go. Can you hear me again?
Yeah.
We can hear you. It came back.
It just cut out at direct, what the first bonus that you were going to talk about.
So yeah, so you will get the direct bonus even if you haven't done anything. So you can actually come in for free on your spot right now until June 9th. I'm sorry, June 30th. July 1st is when they are ending that free spot, free membership. You could literally come in for free right now, and you could start purchase. And if they purchase, you will receive commission, which is just amazing.
So
what your
wait a
customer
minute.
purchase?
Sorry, Maria, you cut out a little bit there, so I just want to clarify that. So if I come in and what did you say?
If you make a direct sale, you get a direct commission without doing anything to qualify.
Got you. Okay.
Correct. Yes. The only thing that you need to have active bonus or active business centers for is to get the dual leg. So what your customer purchases denotes the amount of commission you will get on the point value of that purchase. So if you look to the bottom left, this customer bought a Healy Gold, which has attached to it 250 point value, and you will receive 30% of that. That also is shown up in the little chart above where it says packages and percentages. The Healy Gold is equivalent to a 30% commission based on the points. So then the point values are, the Gold has 250 points. The Holistic Health has 500 points. The Holistic Health Plus has 750 points. The Resonance has 1,250 points, and the Healy Watch has, I don't know what the Healy Watch has. Is that 300 points? I think it's 300 PV. So on the percentages, then you will get each of those going up from 30 to 40%, depending on what your customer purchases. So that's what you will get paid. So for instance, right now we're in a little bit different because we have these coupon specials, but after the coupons are done, we get the full PV for each one of those. If somebody purchases a Healy resonance from you, you will get 40% of 1,250 points, which is a $500 commission. If they buy a gold, which is worth 250 points, you will get paid 30% of that, which is equivalent to $75. So that's sort of the payout of all those different packages. And
but right now, since they're buying a resonance for the cost of the Holistic Health Plus, your commission would be $270 on the resonances sold.
And actually what I saw on the back office, and I'm hoping this is accurate, they're actually giving us the 40% of that 750. So it really comes to 300 instead of 270. So well, they're being very generous.
And we should add this, Maria, if you don't have it in the slide, and there's $100 bonus on the resonance, right? For the first 30 days.
Correct. In your first 30 days, you get 25 for a Healy Gold, 50, I think, goes up to the Holistic Health Plus, and then 100 for the resonance. I think it's 25 for the gold and the Holistic Health, and then it goes up to 100 for the resonance. So that's an addition. That's just an additional thank you for, you know, having a customer or a member come in. Okay, so then the next slide. So again, this is just kind of another way of looking at all of that. A Healy Gold has a price point of 470, but it has a point value of 250, which you would get paid 30%. So this just is another way to sort of describe all of that. On the dual leg bonus, some of those points that you're not getting paid the 15% on, then will get rolled down. So let's talk about the dual leg. The dual leg is all of the points that you have accumulated in the both legs. So what the company is looking for is they're looking for to take the shortest leg, that one of your legs will have a lesser amount of point value attached to it. And what they do is they decide that's the leg at the end of the month. And it runs a monthly cycle from the 1st to the 30th or the 31st. And they will take the points from the shorter leg. They will subtract all of the commission that's been paid out of that, because they're not going to pay you twice, which I guess they were, and then they changed that. So again, very generous company, but they're going to pay you then 15% on the points that are remaining. So that could be a really nice income. So, and if you haven't started building your organization yet and your personal leg is at 0, that is the shorter leg. So you will get paid direct commission like we just talked about, but you won't necessarily make anything on the dual leg bonus. There has to be points on both sides, even if it's just 300 points on one and 3,000 on the other, or 900 points on one and 50,000 on the other. It doesn't matter. They're going to take that shorter leg and then pay you 15%.
I'm going to show my back office in a minute. I think that particular thing is easier to see with the actual back office.
Okay. Did you say you're going to go to the back office?
Yeah, do you want me to do it right now?
We could, yeah.
Well, or you want to finish and then we'll go to that. I just think to see the point difference is easier to explain in real life than...
This is a messed up screen for whatever reason, but yes, I mean, this is an example. That little graph up there shows two different examples.
Okay, keep going.
So you've got 7,000 on one, 10,000 on the other. So what they would do is they would take that 7,000 as the shorter leg, and they would subtract any commissions that you've been paid out of the points in that particular side, and then pay you 15% of that. They will then take that $7,000 off the other leg, and then whatever's remaining will be left for the next month. So that's 3,000 on that first example, 10,000 on the second example.
Okay.
And they did, I think on that last one, I think it's awesome that they give you a $20,000 cap per week that you can make. That's kind of nice, 80,000 per month. And that's euros, so it's a little bit higher in US dollars. I'll do that. Yeah, I dare ya. Okay, so this is just another example of that. So you have 7,000 on the weaker leg. They've given a direct bonus already of the 1,200, and then the residual value is 5,800 times 15% is $870.
Oh, I wanted to say right now, because this question has come up at least 5 times. to qualify monthly for commissions, some people probably don't know this yet, but they waived the minimum PV. So do you want to talk about the ongoing qualification, what it is right now?
Right. So they waived the PV for your personal center, meaning that you don't have to have 50 to, on the varying levels, 50 to 200 point value or personal volume for your own business center. You just have to have 2 legs that are active, and that your cumulative volume is at least 600 per month. So, and when you think of, one Healy purchase is 250 points. So it doesn't, in your whole organization that you are bringing, the people that you have personally sponsored. So you don't have to do a whole lot, but they're not requiring your membership space or your business center to have an actual PV. Gwen and I were talking about that. We kind of wish they would make everybody, because that helps the residual, but there are going to be some people that, right now they can't afford that digital nutrition for $100 a month. And so this actually helps, because now all you have to do is just create downline sales, and you still get to get your commission, both the direct commission and the dual, and the matching bonus.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, because I think somebody had said that since they were taking the PV away, did that mean that we couldn't rank up? And that's not the case. They're just making it a lot easier for just every business member to not have to have a specific PV. However, if you do have the digital nutrition, you're adding 50 point value to that 600 cumulative. It doesn't have to be equal 300 on each leg. It just has to be 600 cumulative.
Okay.
Okay, so this is the video that I watched that has a great setup all the way from the very beginning to the very end. It does not talk about the master key for the resonance, but it basically is the complete setup, what you get in the kit. Now this is European, so he does pull out those ear clips that have not been, we've not been cleared to use those through our FDA. So they literally had to open all the boxes and take all the ear clips out. So this video shows him taking those out of the box. You will not get those, but this is does a great job at presenting all the way from start to finish. And then if you go down the next slide, he actually shows you, I went through and I gave you the minute mark of, because, he talks a lot about the box. If you've already opened your box and you know everything in there, just forward to, the 7-minute mark, and he starts talking about actually installing the app, where to go get it, what it looks like, how to do it. And then setting up the Healy app begins at minute mark 1605. I just tried to do some basic stuff. If you go to the next slide, he talks about one thing that people have had issues with is the black when you don't have the conductivity and your connection is lost. He talks about that in that video as well. And the minute mark on that, I think, was 24.40, and why it's here. I don't know why I didn't put it here this morning, but this is just what it looks like. Some people are talking about it and they're like, I don't know what it looks like when it's white. So you can look at the top and the bottom and show that. And then go ahead and go down. And then this one is running it without the phone. So this one is what I learned this morning. When I saw this, I was like, oh my gosh, this is what we've been hoping for, but we thought maybe you had to have your phone present. And then this morning I tried it and it worked just fine. So this is the one where it's minute mark 24.40, shows where he starts telling you how to go about running your Healy after you've downloaded the app and your Healy is actually running, and then how you can turn the app off of your phone and literally walk away and it's still running.
And you know that because the green power light will continue to blink. So that's how you know, even though your Healy app on your phone says it's out of range or whatever that message is, we're saying the green light is blinking. So it is true. You can walk away and go do what other stuff.
And also the Bluetooth little blue light will stop. It'll stop. So you won't be connected to your phone anymore, but the green light is still working. And so what I did this morning is I ran that energy in the gold program. I ran energy and I just increased the intensity enough so that I could feel it. And so then I went ahead and turned off my phone and I could still feel it. So I knew it was still working.
Okay, awesome.
That was so fun to find out. I was like, yay, because I knew that was one of the things that people are really concerned about is consistently staying connected with that Bluetooth. So this was a really nice find.
Yeah, because sometimes I want to not carry my phone around. Well, I don't ever carry my phone around. It's usually sitting on my desk or the couch. but sometimes I want to run outside and do gardening or something. So we're going to show the back office now. And there's just a few things. There's two main places that seem to be, you know, working just fine. The commissions and stuff are not up yet. I don't know, have you got any update on the commissions as far as I pay or we pay or the date?
I have not, but they may be talking about that on the Zoom call tonight when they're talking about commissions. They may have some more information.
Okay, well, the first chart I want to show you guys, and I didn't know this until Maria pointed it out to me. So under my organization, there's different ways to look at your organization. This is mine. And if I go to the first person under me, which is the first person that signed up, it's a tree genealogy. And then it just looks like a list, but there's a little bubble. If you see next to Lori's name to the left, there's a little bubble there. And if you click on the bubble, you'll see all the people Lori has signed up so far. And then if you click next to Gunther, there's a little bubble and you can see who Gunther has signed up. So Lori has done a great job and has like over 15 people that she signed up, and one of her people has signed up 3 people. And you can barely see it. Like I'm looking at it from an angle because I'm next to Carol, because we're, you know, social distancing. And, so you can't see that. It's just a little bitty bubble. Like it's not even a bubble. I don't even know what you'd call that. But if you click on someone, you can see, you know, how many people they've signed up. And then you can see if anyone under them has signed up people. So some people under me are doing a great job, like Jeannie and Lori and Cherie and a few others, you know, have just been already going gangbusters. So you can already see, you know, what is happening under you. Now go back up to the top where it's my dashboard. Okay, I don't know if y'all can hear this, but her app just finished on Healy. So it gives you a nice little cute smiley face. And I'm gonna start her on something else. She's been running this whole time. Her little thing is in the white. She's never become disconnected because I put that cream on her before we started. So she's been getting treated now for about 2 hours. Go up to the very top, my dashboard. I'm going to show you a few things that I've found to be very helpful, and then Maria can talk about what she's found to be helpful. Okay, this is where it's helpful for me to see my right and left leg. On my left leg, I have 70 people. On my right leg, I have 114. But you see the point discrepancy between the left leg at 20,100 points and the right leg 20,560. So if I was getting paid the bonus today, I would get paid on the lower leg, which is the 20,100 times 15%. So that's like a $3,000 bonus, which isn't bad.
Minus the commission they would have already paid off of all of your direct sales.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is this is not showing that deducted yet?
It is not. I mean, we're still in the current month right now. So
Yeah,
this is real time. So we're still in that current month.
Yeah. So yeah, not counting that. But when you see this imbalance between the right and left leg, because you're getting stuff automatically on your right leg from me. And so you might have done nothing and you might have, you know, 6,000-7,000 points there. And I had a certain, you know, what I'm telling people when they're getting all caught up with the binary thing is, you know, in the beginning, I did have a philosophy on what I was doing. And then I realized that my right leg was zooming and my left leg needed help. So I needed to put more people on the left leg. So I immediately started putting all new people on my left leg to support the left leg more, because the right leg was kind of doing its own thing. You know, people were signing up people, but then I wanted the left leg to be equally supported. So I know a lot of people get into the binary and who's who and where they are, but I just feel like if you're always trying to balance this out point wise, you're gonna adjust and it's gonna just work itself out. I mean, I may be naive about that, but that's what I think, because it's also, you can see who's active on what side. And then there could be a person on the left leg that just starts kind of going crazy, and then that'll fix itself, I guess. But, you know, I think that's natural to have one leg naturally having more points, because it's where the automatic, you know, placements as far as points go under you.
And can I put something out here too? As soon as you get paid out and you have the cumulative value that just is taken away, so whatever they paid you on. So right now, Gwen, if this were the end of the month, you've got 20,100 on one leg and you've got the difference on the other. So starting June 1st, they would take the 20,100 points off of your right leg as well. And so you do have to readjust your brain in thinking, okay, we're not starting from zero scratch, because she's still going to have 6,000 something or 5,000, 7,000 something on that right leg, but the other leg's going to say 0. And that's going to, you know, that can definitely pull some people down emotionally. So you have to just gear up for the fact that every month that you're going to see those points leave. However, what I want you all to realize too is we are on the ground floor of a multi-billion-dollar business in the making. They've already proven to be multi-million-dollar. This is going to be a multi-billion-dollar business, and we are all in this perfect spot because Healy is so brand new and it's growing and people are very excited about it. So don't be so alarmed when some of those points go up missing and you've been paid on them. It's just going to keep growing because people are going to keep talking. People are going to keep getting their Healys. One person out of pain equals talking to 3 to 5 people in their network. So again, it's just that it's the little mind game that we play, but having one leg long is definitely an emotional boost, because Gwen, if you had 50,000 points in that right leg and 20,000 points in the left, starting next month, if they were paying today, starting next month, you would still have 30,000 points in your right leg. So then you'd be going, okay, I need to work on my left leg, and I just need to, you know, figure out what that looks like. So don't be discouraged. Just kind of put that in your mindset that you're going to have some points missing at the end of every month. And then it's just time to, you know, help your organization again and keep talking to people.
And to me, it's not discouraging because you're getting paid on the points that are leaving. And then but it still seems like that one stronger leg is still going to be stronger because it doesn't start out with 0 the next month.
That's
it
right.
Starts out with something and then you still have to work it. So I just think that some people go into so many technical questions about theory on right and left leg. And what I'm saying is in 3 weeks, it may not matter, because you might sign up someone on one leg that is doing more than the whole other side combined. And then you're going to have to readjust your thinking to balance points out.
That is true. Very true.
So I think a lot of people are asking me so many technical questions about the right and left leg. And I don't know that you always know who's going to do what. Like, I mean, the people that are doing a lot, they're awesome practitioners. I'm expecting they know a lot of people, but there's also regular people that wants to get their Healy and share it with, you know, a few people, like a few of you know who I'm talking about, that are, you know, just kind of regular people in regular jobs, but they still talk to a lot of people, and if their issues get resolved, they're going to tell the whole world. They might outdo a practitioner as far as, you know, sharing or you know, selling Healys. So that's the only thing I really wanted to say, that your theory and your binary system may go out the window depending on who you sign up and where they are. I want to show another screen, so go up to my organization. Carol's navigating. So and then under my organization, there's a few things I want to show you. So click on my organization. When someone makes a purchase, it automatically shows up under my organization, and it does it usually within minutes. So when someone calls me and they say, I ordered a Healy and I don't know if it went through, this is where I look, because to the right of each person, it shows, like for Anne Marie, it shows she got her Healy resonance. And this is almost instant. As soon as they make a person, and if you refresh your screen, you see on the far right what they've bought. And then you can see the people that signed up that didn't buy anything yet, and that's fine. The pricing has extended to June 9th. And some people signed up just because I said, hey, hold your spot with the company. They're still getting points this whole time. I had one person that signed up, almost the second person. They have a lot of points and they haven't done anything, and that's fine. They're still getting the benefit if they do something. But this is where you can check if someone says, I don't know if it went through. You can go to the person's name. It's in alphabetical order by the first name, and then go to the one with the tree, the sponsor, no, the binary genealogy, sorry. This one, the trick is, this shows your side on each side. It's going to load in a second. I didn't understand this at first, but if you scroll down and click on the last person's name, you can expand it. So some people are like, I can only see 3 levels deep, but really if you click on Grady's name, well, okay, if you scroll down, like he's the last one on the screen.
Hang on. I had trouble with this with my computer before.
Okay, you see it looks like it's only 2 or 3 levels deep, but if you click on the last person's name, it expands it, like on the green part. It expands it to take that further down, and you can keep taken that as far as you want. So if you think you can only see 3 levels deep, you just click on the bottom person and it goes 3 more levels deep and 3 more levels deep. So you can keep it that way. Like if you're trying to see who's placed under who, because sometimes people ask me that question, well, where's Jean? Oh, I got to go find her because I don't know. So you can do it like that and figure out. And this had to do with basically the order people sign up under me. And then under unplaced partners, I don't think I have any right now, but I want to click on that screen right there. On the left under organization, this is where people show up that you need to place. And Maria first told me that you had to do this within 3 days, but people are telling me, oh, I do have one, so we'll do this. So just hold on one second. I'll explain what I'm going to do with her. Maria, people are telling me that after 3 days, they're still in the holding tank. And one person said like a week later. So do you know if that's true after 3 days, they'll get automatically placed, or is that not happening right now?
That's not happening right now in my experience, even though it says it in all of the policy procedure and everything. So, and I've even had someone be in my holding tank and I haven't placed him yet and they've placed an order. So I would say that that probably is coming if it's in their policies and procedures. So we just need to be, do our due diligence and go in when somebody signs up, be checking it, regularly so that we can get them placed so that they can start seeing their own binary system and what's going on for them. But they can still access their back office or anything while they're in your holding tank. But we just want to make sure as business members that we're placing them as quickly as possible so that they're in our matrix and they're working, they're still working, but we don't want to all of a sudden go, oh, they've decided to go ahead and place people in 72 hours and we got sort of lax on it. We want to make sure that we're doing that from the get-go.
Okay, so there is some maneuvering here that I mean, I'm actually learning more about this from people that are used to MLM than myself, but some people are signing people up and leaving them in this unplaced partner section for like a week or two because they're trying to get the strongest people directly under them. Even though everybody is directly under you when it has to do with direct commissions, there's a little bit of a different theory that has to do with long-term.
And let me put a little caveat in here. On some binary systems, whoever is at your top right and your top left are, your income earners as far as what you get paid more on. This is a hybrid binary system, which means that every single person that you have directly sponsored is on your front line. So if you've directly sponsored somebody, no matter where they are in your tree, they could be 18 levels deep on your left leg, buried in there somewhere. They are still your personal front line, which means that if their business goes bonanza, you will get paid the direct member or the matching member bonus, which means you'll get paid 10% on whatever their check is. So you don't really have to be worried about where you're putting people, except for trying to keep your legs even. So here's Gwen possibly looking, unless there's somebody specific that they want to place them under her right leg, she would probably want to put this person on her left leg because she's a little bit, that leg's a little bit shorter. If there's somebody though that this particular person works well with on that right leg, obviously that you want to take care of, you want to protect all your people. It's not all about you. Even if you have a month where you've got one leg that's a lot longer, if you're keeping groups of people together because they work well together and they'll be helping each other, that outweighs everything. We need to make it a win-win-win. So depending on where Gwen needs to put this person, that's what she's going to do next.
Yeah, and that's really my point is, some people are like, oh, I got to place them. Even if they buy something, they don't have to be placed until you're ready to place them. So if you need time to go look at your tree genealogy to see what makes sense, or if you need time to just see what else, like especially if you just signed up, give yourself a few days to kind of know what you're doing. Like in the beginning, I just told Maria, I trust you, just do whatever. Like I did not really even have time to understand MLM, but now I've wanted to spend more time because this is such a popular thing and popular device that don't feel like the urgency to place them until you understand or ask questions or you have already got what you need out of the call today. To me, this was important, but just don't feel the urgency to place them because even if they buy, they can basically stay here in your holding tank. And then once you place someone, that's how they end up on the tree under you, not the direct, like Maria just said, but the tree version. Whoever you sign up under you, right or left leg first, is going to be who's at the top of that tree. And I did do it at first based on first come, first serve, because I thought that was fair. You know, the people that responded first to my email, the very first email, they did get placed early, because some people responded literally in like 4 minutes, you know, and those people to me should get the advantage over the people that took a week to respond. Okay, and then the register new partners tab is one that I use a lot, because I can either spend an hour on the phone with someone trying to tell them how to do this, or I can do it in like 2 minutes. Now, Maria and I have talked about this, that sometimes it's better to let them do it so they have the experience. But sometimes if it's a person who's really just signing up to buy the device, they're not really interested in the business or the binary stuff. They're not really asking those kind of questions. It is honestly just easier to go through the screens, because it's just name, phone number, email, mailing address, username, and password. It takes literally 1 minute to complete this page for someone else. But if there's someone that really wants to understand their back office and needs to understand the navigation and stuff, I would let them sign themselves up. But this is just another way to sign up someone. And I just think it's time consuming. And I don't want to go into the shop. Well, I guess we should go into the shop. Before we go into shop, before we get to my tools, Maria, is there anything else you want to share right here on that I didn't cover on organization?
If you're going to go into the My Tools later, let's do that later.
Yeah, let's do it right now. Okay.
Okay.
So
a lot of the questions that we get can be answered here. And I know it's time consuming to go through stuff, and sometimes people don't really want to go into their back office and search. But if you go under My Tools that's open right now and you click on My Downloads, that one has all the different paperwork. It's got the compensation plan, the Fast Start flyer. It has all the digital nutrition stuff, has everything. So what I do first is I go up to language and I click English, because that just eliminates all the other languages unless you speak German and want to. And then if you go over to the download category, which is right next to English up there. Now, if you're looking for something specific, you can just click on here. So if you want to click on the flyer, that's the Fast Start flyer, it'll just bring it up. Yeah, so there's the Healy Watch flyer, the Fast Start flyer is in there, and then you can just download it and have it. You can download it so you can send it to all of your team players, everything. That's how I navigate this. So a lot of the questions that we're answering are kind of in this category, and we might even tell you, go to your tools and go to downloads and click on compensation plan or whatever. If you go back over to tools and click on my videos, same thing, if you click that drop down.
Hit the back button, because sometimes if you're already in tools and okay, now try it. My tools.
Hang on, I'm not back. Okay.
There we go. And if you click videos, it's the same thing. You can actually do a search and see what you're wanting to look for. If it's click and then click video category right next to that, Carol, and you'll see. Yeah, so that just kind of narrows your search a little bit. You can always put something in the search column at the top right, but then you can just scroll and you can go through. And many of these are is it Vimeo? Is that how you pronounce it?
Vimeo.
And Vimeo. And then when you click on it, then you can actually look at that new chart and it'll show all different kinds of videos that you could spend hours. So, but this at least gets you started into looking at videos. And I usually have to go through and turn the speed up, because some presenters are a little slower. Some of these are just little two minute snippets. These aren't too bad here, but if you go into the YouTube, I usually have to speed it up, so 2 times the speed so that I can get through the video faster. But this is just a good place for that. If you go back to My Tools again, if it lets you, then you can go to My Links. And these weren't working initially, so there was a lot of confusion in this. They've pretty much got them down pat now. That top one is your shop, and you can just, if someone wants to just purchase from you as a customer, you can just copy over on the right hand side and put it in an email, put it wherever you need to send it to them. Down below are the websites. Now they still have German as the top one. See the DE right in the middle. You want to go to the next one down where it says EN, which is English. Because someone said, can we have an English version? Well, they just chose the wrong one, and I don't know why that's not at the top. I'm assuming that's not a priority for them at the moment, but it will eventually be. And then down below, the roadshow, they were doing this before COVID. They were actually doing, meetings across the country and wherever, and then COVID kind of put a kibosh on that. And then down below, become a member. That's the page that we were just at where you wanted to sign somebody up. It's that partner.healyworld.net/your username. So those are the links. So they're already there and they're all working, which is great.
Yeah, that is great. And also I will say that a lot of times people ask questions and, you know, I'll tell them the answer, but then they'll go, well, where can I find that? Or where is that in writing? Well, okay, I don't have time to go look for that. I mean, if I know and it's not on the website or Maria shared it with me, of course I'm sharing with you guys everything I get, but sometimes it just takes time digging through these to figure out what's in your back office. And, you know, like the compensation plan, the quick start stuff is there, the quick start guide, I mean, the what are we calling this? The pre-launch, the first 30 days, what's that called? The fast start.
Fast start, fast start.
So those things are all back there. So if you have not spent time digging around there, and there's some good videos and there's some good documents and flyers. So just be sure and spend time there, because the more videos you guys watch, and I'm having a lot of videos that you guys are sending to me saying, hey, this is a great video. Like I saw one, David just sent me one earlier. Haven't watched it yet because I saw it right before the Zoom call, and I'm going to be sharing those. I go in and watch them, and if they're really good, I share them, or if there's something that's not duplicating other information.
And I think for business builders, just make a commitment that you're going to go in your back office and you're going to watch at least 2 videos and read at least 2 documents a day. And then you're going to listen to one Zoom call at least 2 or 3 times a week. Find a recorded Zoom call that you can listen to. That's what Gwen and I have been doing, is we've just been immersing ourselves in it. And that's why it seems like we know a lot more than some of the people just come, because we've just sort of enmeshed ourselves in the learning process. But even if you just started out saying, I'm going to watch, you know, a couple videos, going to go to my back office under this My Tools and listen to a couple of the video download or videos and read a couple of the downloads and know where they're at. Where am I downloading them to on my computer so that I can forward them to other people? Then you can be part of the teaching process too for all of your people coming in.
Right. Okay. And I want to, oh, she just finished another program. She's on a roll. I'm going to let her pick.
I have a testimonial though.
Oh, let's hear it.
I had a similar issue to Maria's first person. It's left scapula and down, like those muscles going down, the rectus muscles down the spine and going all the way up into my neck, like, you know, where I couldn't turn my neck one way. And now I can turn it all the way to the left, all the way to the right, and I'm feeling much better. Like I'm doing the movements that were triggering like that, like, oh crap, or ouch, or, you know, whatever reaction in me, or creating a lot of discomfort. And now I can do it and I'm moving much better and the pain is not there.
So what's the number between when you got here versus now? And she's been doing this for about 2 hours.
So when I got here, well, you know, when you were putting it on, I moved a certain way and I went, ouch.
Yeah. So if it was a 7.
It was probably like a 8.
Okay. 8. And what is it now?
Maybe a 2, but I haven't, or maybe a 1 or 2. It's really, I can't recreate it.
That's awesome.
I have a little tiny tightness still in that scapula a little bit. But that's why I'm saying it's probably a 1 or 2, just because I still have that tightness and a little soreness. Honestly, the soreness might just be where my husband has been massaging that muscle for me, because this started yesterday. I just couldn't get over yesterday.
And the thing I want to tell you guys, because I know everybody's like really like, you know, I mean, Maria and I are not stuck on instructions, but I want to tell you that she has not had the sticky electrodes on her neck. She has had the wristbands on. We couldn't get the sticky things on my neck or on the actual pain spot because of the dehydrate. We couldn't get them to connect properly. So she's had the wristbands on the entire time, except maybe the first 10 minutes where I was actually pressing down on them, making them have contact. And that was before I used the lotion. So don't get stuck on the sticky pads, because frequencies work systemically. Even though local stimulation, I get it, but this is not a TENS unit. It's not doing what a TENS unit does. So this has been wristbands the whole time. On the pain application, I know it says to put them in the area of local pain. We did not do that. So I just want to.
The other thing we might want to mention here too is the device itself is emitting frequency. It's not emitting microcurrent on its own. That requires your electrical system to be attached to it. But the little Healy device is kicking out hertz frequencies. So somebody who may have a pacemaker that would normally be like, we're not going to do this on you, they can hold the Healy unit and they're still getting at least the hertz frequencies. They're not getting the microcurrent, which is super awesome too for cellular, but they're getting the hertz frequencies.
Yeah, she's not even holding it though. It's sitting on my desk.
Your desk is happy.
My desk is
It's sitting right in front of me.
Yeah, but it's not actually on her body.
It's not on my body. It's not touching me.
So I have two more quick things, shop. I have just two more quick things before we go to questions right up here.
Before you go there real quick, before you go there, Jeannie just said, and she's very astute looking at this, underneath shop and that link, it says DE, which means that this is going to be in German. Do you see on the underneath the shop link here? It says DE. Oh, we just went there.
Sorry, I had already clicked it before you said.
No, it's not in German. We're doing the shop at the top.
No.
Are you talking about right here? Websites? Oh, you're right. It does say DE.
Yeah, but we're not using
pointing that out. But when you do use that, make sure that you change that to EN. This is just another little glitch they're going to have to fix for
Oh, yeah, when you're sending it. Okay. Yeah, just to show you, because I'm usually ordering the resonance for people, but you guys need to know this if you're ordering your own or helping other people under you. The address thing is still not fixed. So it is dragging the information. Go ahead and click on the cart. Mine is going to be fixed because I've already ordered click checkout. When you go to the screen to put in your credit card number, when you get past the cart and past the checkout, scroll down right here. Now see, my state is in there because I've already ordered more than once. But if everybody says, no, it's in there, and I'm like, no, it isn't, because they're thinking they entered it when they became a partner, and it does grab all that information, but there's a glitch that does not include the state. So it'll say Katie and then 77493. If you do this on someone new, you already know what I'm talking about.
Can we go through those steps real quick so people can see what they do?
Yeah, go ahead and click on, see the pink button below where it says verify your address and check now. This is how you get to the address screen, and then you click the edit button. And then this is where you would put the state in if the state isn't already there. And then you would go down to your state and put it. Okay, and then when you finish, go to the bottom and put save.
But don't do it yet.
And then, what?
Go up a little bit, and I want to show people why this is glitchy and what they haven't changed yet. See where underneath the street address where it says the next one is state optional? That probably should have said suite, but now they have two fields that can't be named the same thing, and the state optional is overriding the state. So if it's blank, the state's blank. So this is the reason why there's the glitch, and they just haven't gone in and fixed it yet. But make sure that if somebody has an apartment number or suite number, they put that up in the top street address. They do 1602 Heights Drive, comma, apartment, whatever, and leave that state optional blank. And what they really want to do is go down to the state drop down. Go to this, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what you would do there. The state drop down is really where you're going to put your state. Some people have been putting it in because they see state and they put in Colorado, and it's still going to keep you in a loop because the actual state field is required in order to make the purchase. So that's the glitch part of this that they haven't changed yet. Yeah. The other thing I want to talk about on the top of this one, go scroll all the way to the top for me, Carol. See where it says Mr.? This does not default to nothing, so it defaults to Mr. So if you have someone who's a little upset that it's, Mr. Angela Stroh or whatever, that's where you're going to change it. So if somebody needs to change that, you just tell them to go into their shop, fix their billing address, and that's where you switch it. I'm going to put in a ticket eventually that they have that be, there's nothing there in the field. So
yeah, some people said it did it automatically, and it does do it automatically, but you have the option to fix it or change it.
Correct.
Make sure you click update.
Yeah, well, you have to save address and it saves it. So we save address. Now this is the part to remember, because this is where then people still call me. After you save address, unfortunately, then you have to go back to the shop button. So now it's changed, but you can't get back to your cart from this particular screen. So if you go back to shop and go back to your cart, it saves the cart, it saves the coupon, everything is fine. And then you can go in and put your credit card number. But if that state is not in there and you don't, there is an error message that says state field needs to be filled out, but people call me and they say it's not working, check out. And it is, because every time it's the state, but they go, yeah, it's in there. No, it isn't. Okay, now what? You know, so just remember that. That'll save you guys a lot of time. Okay, and then then you make sure it's correct, and then you just keep going and then put in your credit card information. So it's an easy fix, but the way you get back to your shopping is just click on shop. The last thing I want to say, and is in case you got on late, is Linda said that her Analyze app is working now. She got hers when it wasn't working. Mine has a master key issue now because I was already in it, and I've got to fix that. So if you guys just got your Healy Resonance, she said the Analyze app is working. There's one little tip I want to tell you, and we're going to do another call on just that, like we did today with showing my screen. But what I didn't understand until I did it like 3 times is once you load a person into the Analyze app and you want to get the picture in there, you can snap a picture or you can grab it from your camera library. But then when you finish loading the information on the person, there's a little check mark in the upper right hand corner of the screen. And if you don't click that, then it won't save and you got to start over. And it's not obvious because I've never seen a save like that's a check mark like that. So go to your top right hand corner on Analyze. I can't show you right now because I can't get into mine. Click on the check mark to save, and then you get your choice of Analyze and then client, and then pick the person you loaded, and then you have your menu. The rest of it is almost as easy as the microcurrents, but I promise we'll do another call as soon as I get mine working on Master Key if I have to drive to Carol's house the next time to show my screen, because it is really, really cool. And then you have the long distance vibrate, which is like a broadcast that you can do balancing, you know, for the people not there.
I'm doing a tooth.
Oh, I just picked another pain one because I wasn't paying attention.
But that, no, leave it there for a second because
Okay.
I want to show, because there was a question about a tooth.
Okay. So anyway, we'll do another training call on just the Analyze, but for you guys that want to go in and play around, Linda said it's working. So if it's working for her, it's working for everyone else that just got their Healys that didn't get locked out like I did. This is what my screen is doing right now, and we can just leave this on. What was the question?
Let me go to the questions.
And then we can go to questions, right, Maria? Do you have time for questions?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Okay, so we already did that one. Jean asked 30 minutes each.
It depends. So Jean's asking 30 minutes each. It depends on you. Some programs are 50 minutes, some are 60 minutes, some are 20 minutes. If you don't have but 30 minutes, just do 30 minutes. But when you click on a program, like you can see this one started out as like 60 minutes and it's been going 14. And this one's the tooth one. So you can see a picture of a tooth and it has like lightning bolts coming from it.
This is in the pain protocol though, so that might be tooth pain. I see underneath Mary asked, is there something that heals tooth infection? And so for pain with the tooth, that might work. But then if you stop it now, then you can go to, because isn't there one for immune system?
Well, there's different bacteria. Yeah, I would do immune, but that's what we were saying. Go to your program list and read the whole list and see what seems to apply the most. But if you're having tooth pain, I would do the one that I just had. And on the thing, it's pain number 3.
With a purchase, someone will be paid.
Yes.
With or without.
Direct purchase under you. What'd you say, Maria?
With or without. If you haven't purchased anything, but you bring someone in as a member, or somebody goes to your shop and purchases as a customer, even if you have not purchased anything yet, you will get commission.
Okay, great.
How are they paying us?
I'm not sure if they're doing iPay. I'm not sure exactly what the platform is. They haven't come out and announced it yet, but it's going to be something like that. There is a call tonight for a compensation plan. I'm hoping that they have a little bit more answers. They will pay on the 15th of the month for the dual leg. The direct bonus gets paid weekly, and that is every Wednesday, as soon as they get their act together.
Okay, and we're going to share that compensation link. I'll share it once we get off of this call.
Okay, can you do people at a distance in the future? Last question.
What do you mean in the future?
Can you broadcast, can you work remotely?
Yes, on the analyze function, they don't have to be there. On
Okay.
the microcurrents, you have to be hooked up. So on the microcurrents, you're getting direct microcurrent delivery. So you have to have your Healy device and be hooked up. When you go to the analyze function, and you guys will see on our next training call, if we did everything, it would be too long. And plus I need a working one to show this. But if you go to analyze, you don't have to be hooked up, and it works long distance. And me and Maria decided we're going to clarify this again because there's so many questions. I'm going to go back on my screen and show you guys something. So right here, you see on the left, the Healy icon and the pink dot. That's the one that's doing the microcurrents. And then you see on the right, the Healy Advisor Analyze, that's the blue dot. That's the one that does the analysis and can do things remotely and long distance and do animals and do buildings and do all kinds of stuff. Okay, we're going to do another training call on that one, not today, but soon, like in the next few days. The pink one delivers microcurrents through electrodes. It is not an energy woo-woo scalar energy, nothing. It's direct microcurrents in millivolts and hertz. So it's delivering something to your body. And with all Rife type devices or microcurrents, you have to have exposure. So it's not a woo-woo, I'm sending information through the field. That's not what that is. It's microcurrents, you have to be hooked up. So on the pink one, you have to be hooked up on the pink dot. You have to be strapped up, okay? If you're not strapped up, unless you have the Healy device on or near your body, like Maria said, you're still getting the hertz, but you have to have it, you can't have it in the kitchen and be in your yard. It's not doing it like that. It has to be on you. Okay, the blue dot is totally like biofeedback, bioresonant. It's totally energetic. You're not hooked up to analyze, you're not hooked up to balance or vibrate. They call it vibrate. I call that reconnect, and some people call that broadcast. There's no connection, no wires, no nothing. Now it does require a thumbprint to do the scan, but you can do the thumbprint for your dog, or you can do the thumbprint for a person that's not there. So it's not the person's thumbprint that it's reading. What the Mooney said on one of his videos, or I guess he said it on Friday's call, is that the thumbprint is just making you focus on the scan instead of, oh, I'm going to check a text and I'm watching a video and I'm going to do this at the same time. He said it just brings your attention awareness to that scan. And so even though it's a thumbprint, it is not actually determining or analyzing you from your thumb. That's just to make it happen. That's just like basically like a start button. So hopefully that answers your question, but there's two parts to Healy Resonance. Now, if you got a lesser model than Healy Resonance, you're only going to ever use the pink app, because the pink app is your electrodes and your connectors. All of the other models do not do analyze and do not do long distance treatments. That's the blue button, but that's only available with Healy Resonance.
And can I put in here that if you have a resonance and the master key got messed up, or that the download that they were doing, the upgrade, download, whatever that they were doing has messed you up from getting the advisor part, the analysis part, start playing around with the pink dot Healy microcurrent and the hertz, because you have so many things that you can do with that device, especially with 144,000 frequencies. You have so much that you can do. But I had a couple people, they weren't even using it yet because they couldn't use the resonance part. And I said, oh my gosh, you've got the gold program. You need to just start using the microcurrent. So some people felt like because they couldn't use the master key wasn't working and they couldn't get into the resonance part, they couldn't use their resonance at all. And that's just so not true.
And I want to add to that all of the results I've heard about so far have been from the microcurrents. Every single testimony, either from Maria, me, now Carol, has been from the microcurrents, not from the resonant side. I don't have a testimony from the resonant side. Yeah, it's cool because information's cool and it's accurate, and the flower essences and all that stuff, it's super cool. But that's not what's giving us the testimonies on the pain relief. And like Carol went from an 8 to a 2 and sitting here while we're on this call. So that's all coming from the pink dot. So don't feel like you can't get results without the blue dot, because that's totally not true. And you should, and also when I'm on the pink dot, you can't be on both at the same time. So if you go out of the pink dot to go into the blue dot, then the pink dot isn't, well, I guess Maria said now it is working because you're already downloaded the frequencies, but I'm already spent so much time on the pink dot with my 2 or 3 hours a night that I'm treating myself, that I haven't even cared about the blue dot, you know? So I know that people want to see it and use it, but I would say use what's working. And if you're like Linda, your Analyze app is probably working now, unless you got one early like I did and then you got locked out. We'll figure out how to fix that. Okay, what other question?
One more. How many points to upgrade to a resonance?
It's not points, it's dollars.
Yeah,
Right.
so if you go into your shop, if you go into the shop and you scroll all the way down, you'll see that's almost the last thing that they have on there is all the different upgrades. If you have a gold and you want to upgrade to the resonance right away, you can pay, you can purchase that. The other way to upgrade right now in your first 30 days is to have 3 sales in increments of 3 sales. So if you came in with the Healy Holistic Health at the discounted price and you sell to customers or sign up members, 3 members or 3 customers, then they will upgrade you to the Holistic Health Plus. If you do that again, still within that 30 days, they'll upgrade you to the Resonance. If you came in with a Resonance and you sell 3, they actually will send you a whole new unit. And what I found out yesterday is if you come in and you do nothing, but you sell 3 units of something, whether it's the watch bundle or any of the Healys, they will send you a free gold Healy. And that's so you can literally come in, sit and do nothing, and they will, but except share it so that you have customers or members signing up, and they will send you a free Healy Gold, which is just amazing.
That is amazing. So these are the upgrade prices, but remember, if you didn't get a Resonance under the coupon, then you're going to pay a bigger difference to get to Resonance, because the price jump between a Holistic Health Plus and a Resonance is the largest jump. So if you think you want Resonance, then you should buy Resonance, because if you can't, then you can upgrade later. And I understand everybody's in a money pinch right now. So it just makes sense, or you get the free upgrade because of doing activity. But Maria, you just made me think of something else, because this question, if Carol, if you scroll up a little bit more, scroll the other way, sorry. Not all the way, but about in the middle, keep going. There's a place where there's programs. This question has come up a lot too. And we don't have a list of this, but well, I'm gonna let Maria explain it, but if you get the Resonance, you have all the programs. You don't need to buy a program. You already have them all. You have all 120. You don't have the digital nutrition app and the subscription things, but you have all the rest. But what they decided to do, if you bought the Holistic Health, instead of letting you choose one program, which it says on the literature somewhere, they gave you 8 free programs. So I'm telling people, don't buy any extra programs until you get your device and see what you have and what you want to add. Because if you got 8 free, it may be the one you're looking for. But do you want to add to that, Maria? How long are they doing that for? Well, just during the promotion?
Yeah, just during the promotion. And as far as the Holistic Health, I'm not even certain that they're letting you pick. I know with the gold, you can pick one. The Holistic Health may just come with them. I need to find that out specifically. But like in the Holistic Health that we got for my husband's, in the beauty and skin, it doesn't include any of the beauty like the Resonance does, but it has all the skin. The programs may be partially there, like the job and sleep. So all the sleep programs are there, but not the job. So the Resonance definitely has all of those different program files filled. And so when you buy the Holistic Health, it's just portions of all of those. So it may be better financially to go ahead and wait till you can upgrade or try to upgrade in that fast start period to get up to the Resonance level, opposed to paying for skin and beauty again, but you already have half of it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Try to coach your people in the very beginning that if they're coming in from a monetary standpoint at that Holistic Health, that we need to work really hard in that first 30 days to get them some sales, to get them up to the Resonance level so they have access to everything.
Okay, and then another thing that you guys have been asking me about, because someone mentioned it and now the whole world knows, but it was about those ear clips. So Healy could not put the ear clips in because the FDA did not clear them, but it does not stop us from getting our own ear clips out, third party. And we have ear clips coming. I ordered 40 sets, and Maria she's got the connection because she got like over 100. Do we have an update on that, Maria, and or anything about when we might get those?
I've just put in the order. I know he's accumulating it, probably buying bulk from probably somewhere. I don't know where they're coming from abroad. But as soon as I have information, I will pass that on.
Okay. But they're basically the cost. I'm not making anything. It's just what Maria told me this guy's charging. It's $18 a pair for the ear clips.
For the pair, plus shipping.
Plus shipping. So I'm saying $22 because they're going to weigh nothing. So if I'm not going to deal with it right now because I'm too busy, but when they come in, I will send out an email or a WhatsApp, and you guys can let me know, because I'll probably just have Lindsay call you to get payment of $22, and then we'll ship them out. And then I would use them like we do the wristbands. Basically, you're putting them on the earlobe, which is what a lot of people in Chinese medicine, I think that's where that's coming from. But anyway, if you keep asking me, I just don't know when I'm going to get them. If she just placed the order, then, you know, it might be another week or two. But like we said, you still got the wrist straps, you still got the sticky things. And if you want to go ahead and order more sticky things, you know, you can order those in the back office under shop. They're sold separately if you want extra. Do you want to pull up that cream, that thing on my iHerb? She's Carol's going to pull up that.
What Tom? It's iHerb.
It's under here. This is the one I got. Oh no, that's not the one. It's iHerb.com, and then it's this NAPCA lotion. And then if anyone else has questions before we wrap up, otherwise we'll wrap up. I appreciate Maria on a holiday weekend because she's doing another call later, and then there's this compensation call, so we're both kind of working all day.
No.
I wanted to just say that when you get your Healy pack, there's a little zipper, little plastic bag, Ziploc bag that has the lanyard attachment in it. There is a little video on, I don't think it's not in the Healy back office, but I found it on the Vimeo. It was basically taking off the clip and putting on the lanyard. So the little pin, there's a little pin, you know, like the pins that you have in watch bands. It's exactly the same thing. You have to get a pin and pull that back, and it literally takes the clip off the back, and then you can attach the lanyard. So people have asked me, what is this for and what does it do? And I'm like, you know, I'm not sure exactly how to do that yet, but I did see a video this morning on that. I can send that to you, Gwen, and you can put that in one of your newsletters at some point.
Okay, that's good because I didn't know either. And then this is the mist that I bought. And like I said, they were $7 each. I bought 3, so it was free shipping. So you guys might want to do that. Or I use Miracle 2 lotion, if you got moisturizing lotion, if you know what that is. It also has minerals in it. But you know, a lot of people say, oh, I drink a ton of water. I drink enough water, but are they drinking half their weight in ounces of water a day and not doing anything dehydrating like coffee, tea, or wine? Carol?
As I drink water and tea.
Yeah. So, and minerals, you know, minerals are important, not just hydration. So electrolytes are super important anyway for that connectivity.
So can I ask you a question? Would it be beneficial to do, like, if you knew you were getting ready to get on and you were having that problem with connectivity or dehydration, would it be a good thing to do like a Nun or some kind of mineral electrolyte type drink?
Yeah, or coconut water or
right, okay.
Something like that, something high in minerals, or one of those emergency electrolyte packets that's kind of salty. That's high in electrolytes.
Okay.
Or like liquid minerals, like I have a few that are, you know, like Desbio has one, and there's all kinds of minerals. Intramax is high in minerals, so you can do that too. Does anyone else have a question? Do we have any other questions? Maria, did we cover it? Did you think of anything we haven't covered?
One thing that Steve and I were talking about this morning is I'm going to be working with a lot of clients, and I only have 1 pair of wrist straps. And I was trying to think, how can we make them clean? Because we've got people's, you know, skin sloughing. I mean, eventually we're going to figure out what to do. Well, what we did today, which I thought was very interesting and very cool and clever, is we just took a strip of paper towel and wet it down and put it underneath the whole strap. And you know what? the connectability was even stronger. So that is something I wouldn't want to wear because it does kind of get itchy because you've got that. But if you're working with a lot of people and you've got one pair of wrist straps on everybody, you can just cut some paper towels down that will go around the wrist. You can kind of dampen that spot underneath where the electrode is and clamp it down. So now you're keeping everything pretty, you know, clean and safe, and you're keeping your wrist straps from kind of trashing too early.
Yeah, and I think if you're working with people, like you have a clinic and they're coming in, you just make people buy a set of wrist straps that you put like in a baggie with their name on it. Like, you know how some pedicure places you have to buy your own pedicure kit, and they do it for sanitary reasons. So especially with COVID and everybody nervous about everything, I would definitely sell them their own pair of wrist straps.
Or the adhesive stickies. That's what I'm doing too, is I'm doing they're buying, you know, $2 a piece. And then I just hold them in my office for them. So when they come in, that's their electrodes that we can put instead of the wrist straps.
Okay, is there any other questions? No. Okay, Carol's the moderator. She says no other questions. So I think on our next call, I'll send out the compensation one that's tonight. And did you say it's at 5? Did you confirm the time?
You know, I just sent that over by text. Let me look at it and see if she put the, so I can do this while we're actually on this call. It says 6 p.m. Central Time.
Okay, so 6 Central, I'll send that out. And then the next call that Maria and I do, because this one's going to be recorded, we'll send it out. The next one we do will be the Analyze app, start to finish. I'm going to go so we can use her slick setup here so you can see my computer screen, because if I can show you guys how to walk through like loading a person and a pet and then doing some analysis and then the vibrate, it isn't hard. It's just knowing where things are. And there's also I think there's actually more videos out there about the Analyze app than there is the microcurrents, as far as what I can tell, because everybody, you know, that seems like just to be where there's more videos. So there's also lots of videos that you can watch in the meantime, but we'll do it in the next few days as soon as I get my master key thing resolved. Well, after Monday, it won't be before Monday. All right, you want to see any last questions, and
No
then
more
we'll just say
questions.
goodbye. Okay, no more questions, she says.
No.
So thanks for spending your time with us. It's pouring down rain in Houston right now. It's going to be doing gardening stuff after this. So I'll be answering emails instead now. All right, well, you guys have a great rest of your holiday weekend. Thanks, Maria, for helping us. And
Thank you.
And I'll pass on the practitioner document and Maria's document that has that additional information, which I think is very good. And then we'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.